Hello everyone, my name is D'Angelo and today we are talking Paralives mods. I've accumulated over 30 different mods, some of which are CC items if you're also interested in that, but the majority of them focus on making the game smoother, more accessible, and adding things that a lot of players on day one really felt were missing from the game. So I'm going to get straight to the point, but all of the mods will be linked in my collection on the Steam Workshop in the description, so be sure to check that out. And also, if you didn't know, this is how you add mods to your game. You just go to the Steam Workshop, click on the mod. You will have a Steam account if you installed Paralives, and you can just click the subscribe button and it will add it to your game. You can also create your own collection as well, so you can track where all of your mods are. But the first mod is the bigger card hand by Null, and essentially what that adds is it adds more card options for your paras when they're in conversation or when they are in groups. So if I get my para's daughter to speak to her mom, we should have some more options. Like instead of 3, I think we have like 4, I think. But yeah, it also adds more for like different group sizes and stuff like that as well. So I'd highly recommend this mod. That was I think that was the first mod I added to my game. The next mod is the crystal clear map view by Arrow, and it essentially gets rid of that purple haze that the base game has when you go to the full zoom out, like when you can see the map view in Paralives. And if you just want like a more regular view, you don't want like the Life is Strange purple hue thing, you can get that mod. There's also another mod that I really have been liking. It's called the Display Townies on Map mod by Rans, or Rans. And it shows where a lot of the townies are in the town. It basically shows you where all of like the townies are, so you can get a better idea of wherever it is. So we can see like Bianca and some other paras are at the beach. So it's really helpful, especially if you do decide to do like the tasks on the notice board and you want to find the para that you're speaking to. Maybe you haven't met them before, you can find them on the map. So it is really handy to have, I would say. The next mod is the Little Business mod by Drateyolan. I'm not sure if I'm saying the name right, I apologize. But this mod is probably my favorite mod that I've added to Paralives. It essentially adds like an open for business in The Sims 2, or like businesses and hobbies, or whatever pack from The Sims 4 to Paralives, so you can have a home business. And all you need to do once you install the mod is add this little sign to wherever you want to sell things, probably your house. I think it's supposed to be like your garage, like a garage sale or like a yard sale sort of thing. But I placed it on my house. You can click on it, open shop, and you can mark things for sale. So if I wanted to sell this easel, you can mark for sale. And on top of that, you can also set profit margins. So I've started a reselling business with my para. So I get items, set them to a higher price, and that's how, as a single mother household, we've been making money. And it works really, really well. I would highly recommend. The next mod is the No Selected Character Effects mod by Docamorpher. I have another mod that I think also does the same thing at this point, so I don't even know if this one's necessary with another mod that I'll be adding, but I'll add it to the list anyway because I've been using them together. And it gets rid of like the white circle underneath paras, if you didn't like that look before. If you want more of a minimal view, I would definitely get that mod. The next mod is the Sensible Camera Control mod by Twisted Mexi, and essentially this makes the camera a lot more intuitive. Oh my god, my baby stinks. It makes the camera a lot more intuitive, especially if you are a Sims player. One thing I would recommend with this mod though is if you go to settings, general, scroll down to the bottom. If you prefer playing with the Sims 3 camera, if you're a Sims 3 player, or if you play with the Sims 3 camera in the Sims 4, which I know a lot of us do, I would recommend inverting the horizontal and vertical cameras, because even before I added this mod to my game on day one, I found that made a world of difference. But do that, add the Sensible Camera Control mod by Twisted Mexi, and you will really be thanking me, trust me. It makes the game so much easier to maneuver, rotate and things like that. It's not the exact same as Sims, but it makes it a little bit more similar. Also, another map mod is the Zoom Out More mod by Arrow also, and it essentially makes it so you can zoom out more on the map, which is pretty handy. I felt like it was a little bit more restrictive without this. so I can move around the map faster, see what's going on. If I want to go somewhere, I can, you know, go a lot quicker, you know. The next mod is the Remove Para's Cell Shading Outline by Tender Sugar, and it removes this like weird shading outline that was around the paras. Again, this is just for aesthetic preference. If you prefer your paras without the shading outline that Paralives gave the paras, this mod is great. I prefer it without, honestly. I do like the art style in the game, but I think there are some things where I'm like, okay, I think I would maybe like to alter this. So if you want, you know, maybe a less subtle outline or no outline at all, I would try this mod. I feel like it's really nice. And the next mod is the Occupations Expanded mod by Mr. Killfish, and it adds a lot of mental health focused careers. My para is currently in the culinary career, but if we try to find a job, there will be new career options focused around mental health, which is pretty cool. So we can see a new section here, mental health, that was not here before. And it shows different jobs you can have in different fields. The next mod is the Any Pronouns mod by Raytracer. It basically adds an option when you're making a para to have any pronouns aside from the he, him, she, her, they, them options. I think the Paralives team were on the right track, but I think this mod definitely adds even more options, and I can't wait to see it expand even more, I'm sure. The next mod is the No Autonomous Phones mod. I would notice that whenever I leave my paras, okay, we need the No Push-Ups mod next. Someone, I'm joking. Well, actually, if someone does that, I would be so grateful. It basically means that your paras will not autonomously go on their phones, which I always would get annoyed when my Sims would do that, so I had a mod to fix that as well. So it's nice in Paralives that that's an option, because I have a moment where I was trying to get my para to flirt with Jason, and he did not care. He could not care less. He was on his phone. The next mod is the Neapolitan Ice Cream Needs UI. There are lots of Needs UI recolors at the moment, but my favorite is the Neapolitan one. It kind of adds like a pink, beige, and brown color scheme to this, which is definitely the kind of color scheme that I like. Oh my god, my daughter's off to school. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm just like thinking about that. But she's doing pretty good. All of her needs are in pink, so if the needs are in pink, everything's good. If the needs go to brown, then not so good, sort of thing. The next mod that I recommend, this is another one. Before I added any mods to my game when I was playing in day one, this is one of the mods that I was like, oh, we need this so bad. But the Invite to Current Lot mod, also by Null, is mandatory, guys. It allows you to invite paras wherever you are rather than having to wait until you go home. So if we were at the beach, for example, let me just get her to run like all the way down here or something like that. Like if we go to the stairs, invite to current lot. Okay, this is so game changing. Let's invite Kian. Okay, he'll be there soon, and here he is. So he was right here. We didn't have to like wait until we got home, because sometimes you want to hang out at the town square or at the restaurant or at a shop or at the beach, you know. The next mod is the Static Romance Category mod by EarJF4. I think that's how you say their name. And it essentially adds so that there's always that discuss romantic relationship option, and also like other romantic options when you have a romantic interest, a partner, a fiance, or a spouse, I believe. So it always adds that option. The next mod is the Nap on Couch or Sofa mod by Luca. And it basically lets you nap on the couch, which I was trying to do that one day and I was like, wait, why can I not do that? You can only sit. But this mod allows you to nap. So you can get, okay, she is kind of floating, but you know, there are routing and stuff like issues like that in the game already. But I don't really mind. As long as she can take a nap on the couch, I feel like that is pretty realistic, especially if you don't have a bed. If you're doing like rags to riches, I feel like this would be really helpful. Okay, the next mods are more visual mods that I will be talking about. So the next mod is the Paradetunification mod by Kestrel Blades. This is a mod that essentially, I've had this in the entire video, it essentially adds like a more 3D look to your paras. It makes them look less flat and like less like the original art style, but still kind of similar. It adds more shadows and richness to the color as well. I'll show you before and after. I set it to the same time of day in photo mode. This picture is before and this picture is after. So if you prefer the after, I would recommend the detunification. It essentially uses the shader on the environment and the items also on the para rather than illuminating the para on their own. So I like it. I feel like it looks a bit more realistic and grounded. And the mod that is recommended to use with the detonification mod is the no hover effects mod by Docamorpher also. And what would happen if you didn't have that mod in as well is what would be their regular white outline around the para would kind of make the para completely white. Like it'd be like a white mask over the para every time you click, which isn't that aesthetically pleasing. So they recommend that you use the no hover effects mod so that there's no hover effects, which again, when I was talking about the white outline here, like around this, I don't think you really need that mod if you have the no hover effects, but I use both anyway because I feel like it doesn't hurt. But yeah, it means cleaner UI and also more realistic looking paras if that's what you like. Now on to more CC related mod items. I think this hair that she has on right now is like one of the first hairs that was available on the, I keep on wanting to call it the marketplace, the workshop, sorry. If I said marketplace, I mean the Steam workshop. Sims brain rot, I apologize. But these are the knotless braids by Cosmology. And they're gorgeous. They were available on like day 1, day 2. And then I also just downloaded this longer curls by Bogmare. This is really, really cute. I think I might actually use this at some, I think, you know what, I think we're going to switch to this. I like this for her little curls. But I really like these two hairs if you're looking for more feminine hair options. I really do expect to see even more options for different life stages, and stuff like that as well. But I really, really like these hairs. And then some other pieces of CC that I've added that are for the build mode and buy mode are things like this. I've got this almond milk carton from the vegan alternative clutter collection. This is by Chloe Paralives. And then I also had some of these items. I think this was also from Chloe Paralives from the kid furniture items. And also the Rococo bedroom collection, also by Chloe Paralives. This bed is from that, I believe. Another mod is a mod that adds the swimwear category to cast. So even though we can't go swimming quite yet, if you did want to do a beach trip with your paras, maybe some friends, family, stuff like that, it adds this because there's already swimsuits and stuff like that in the game. So even if we can't go swimming, they can just relax in a lounge chair, go for, you know, a tan and stuff like that. You can just pretend for now, but yeah, I added this mod, which is pretty handy. And then I also have favorite inks by Maishino-san from the Sims community, and they added some new tattoos on day 1 as well, which is pretty cool. You can layer tattoos as well, which is nice, but let me take some of these off. There are quite a few different tattoos here. They're all gorgeous. There's 6 different options, and you can recolor them to whatever you want. If we want like a more blue kind of vibe, you can do that, so it's really cool. And if you also wanted another slider option, there is this. There is this option by Kayan, is that how you say their name? If you wanted. And some other things that are a part of my collection that will be in the description are some households you can download. So if you go to installed from the Steam workshop, you can see that I've added the Caliente household, this para called Clementine Brown, the Goth household. I've also seen some other Sims households as well, like the Pleasants. Another mod is the Vomit interaction by Jubi Joba. I think that's how you say their name. And I feel like this is good if your para is sick, because paras can catch like illnesses and stuff like that. I'm not sure if it's multiple illnesses or just one, but my para got sick at work, and also pregnancy and things like that. This mod can maybe add some more realism to your game. So when they are sick or when they're feeling uncomfortable, I believe they can vomit as well, and also in bushes also. But yes guys, that is all of the mods that I currently have in my collection for Paralives mods. I know there are probably some new ones coming out as I'm making this, but I think these are good if you just want to get started, make the game a little bit more easier to play, have more options, more gameplay, and more customization. If this video helped you, be sure to leave a like and let me know what you think of some of the mods already, day 4. And also let me know how you're enjoying Paralives also. I am doing a giveaway for Paralives that ends tomorrow at the time of posting this, so be sure to enter if you are looking at Paralives and you're not sure if you want to get it. Be sure to enter. And I've also done a couple of Paralives streams over on Twitch. I also stream The Sims there as well, so be sure to follow me. And as always, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I will see you all very soon with another video. Bye!